I'll leave. And also need to make sure that I still have the... Nope.
Make sure OBS is working properly.
Well, yeah, it's picking up my mic and everything, but where I dropped the VOD off, I lost the copy paste I had of the link bomb, so I need to scroll back up to get it.
Yeah.
Okay, there it be. Copy. Alright, but yeah. We are live.
We are live!
Yeah, okay, so I can close that now. And I can start to link bombing. Bip. Bip.
Bip, 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 boo it.
I am here. Yay!
Why do hyenas look so pitiable despite the fact they could crush my bones with their jaws?
That's what makes them look petable.
Fair.
Don't go chasing. Wanna.
Careful.
Don't commit trees and waterfalls.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Okay, I think that's...
Yeah, I need to make sure the music is working proper.
It sounds like it is on my end.
Yee. Yee. Yee.
Tick tock, time to knock, time to glock, some wasps in the knock.
Tick tock, time to Glock. Brimstone.
Not exactly.
Okay, but...
You can't say that he wouldn't love one if he could have a Glock, though.
I mean, that would make reloading less frequent.
Oh, you know, I might want to have my character sheet. That is always the thing I forget to do, is pull up my character sheet.
It happens.
And it's like, roll. Oh yeah, I gotta click things for that.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
Alright, I have...
There will be no recap this time. We are simply going to do our introductions and then jump into things. Because we're late.
Yee.
So,
Okay.
Well, we're gonna jump straight into me doing some ominous. And making you roll stuff.
Oh, fuck. Armored, go.
Yes, hello, I am Armored. I played Revenge. Time for us to jump into the dark, spooky pit.
Hello, I am the Danny Boop. I play Morrigan. Ugh, maybe we can get this clock tower done this session.
It depends on what happens in the next room goes.
Fair point.
I am Fail Charles. I play Failsy. It's time to push Ahmed into the dark, scary pit.
Not Travinche, armored.
He's the tallest one. He has the least distance to fall.
Just stands up and just like, hey guys, it's not that deep. Head coming out
It
of the
is
hole.
at least, yeah. Then it is only 6 feet down. I am Methosia.
That is a heck of a
I am
concept. Sorry.
I am in a liminal state between awake and asleep. I won't remember this after this happens.
Well, that's what we have the VODs for.
I won't watch them because I'm lazy.
How fucking dare you?
I just forget things. Like a cool person.
It's not cool at all.
Too bad. Don't you screech at me, boy.
Screech at you all I want. I'm the DM. Speaking of which, hello everyone. I'm Ash. All right, jumping right into things. I would like for everyone to make a perception check.
I should bring up my
As you all
character.
stand over the precipice of a hole
Um,
leading into darkness.
I'm just going to point out that when we ended last section, we had Da Vinci made one roll of nat 20, which I believe was looking down into the pit.
Da
And it
Vinci
was meant.
does not have dark vision.
Okay.
I will count it for your listening down the pit, though.
Move.
Even though I think your perception check was to notice something in the room with the clock gears that are turning that you got the rod of levitation from.
Right, that is correct. Sorry, I'm completely misremembered. Okay.
It's fine. I only know that because I can see that after. Well, you still did pretty well. I only know that because I can see after you made that roll, I had to do the roll for the sleep spell of the clock, of the music box.
Fair enough.
I got a 12.
Oh,
Right
Rosie's
then.
still creepy from being knocked out.
From being made
Why?
sleep.
Why is the one who can't say anything the one who's the most perceptive?
Because he can't see anything, so he's got his ears wide open. Because again, this is not a visual thing, this is an auditory thing.
Oh, then I should have a lower roll. I'm fucking deaf.
Hey, it's your tinnitus. Your tinnitus isn't that bad right now. You haven't shot your gun that much in here.
Bro.
Alright, but setting the scene a bit. As you all are standing over this precipice, looking downwards into, as far as you can see, complete and utter darkness. Dravinche, you can just catch on the edge of your awareness a sound from below, aside from the rhythmic ticking that is purveying this entire place. In fact, kind of makes sense that Dravinche would be the one to hear this, since he'd be the one who could mostly tune out that ticking. But you can just hear from below low chanting? Just a very subtle voice.
Can't quite discern what it's saying, huh?
Remind me of what languages Dravinche knows how to speak.
Common, Infernal, and Elvish.
We all have Inferno.
Yes,
And
it is
common.
it is a common language among you all. Gonna have to roll something to see what language is deciding to speak in this moment. Because there is a chance that you could understand it. Alright. You do actually hear a very, very subtle voice speaking in Elvish.
I think Da Vinci heard it then.
Yep. You just hear. You can't pick out the entire conversation because it sounds like it's really far away. But words that you do pick out are words like risen, blood collect, cultivate, arise. It seems to be chanting, the voice seems to be chanting something over and over again, and those are the words you can pick out as it does so.
Da Vinci, while standing at the edge of the pit, when he starts to hear that there's a sound coming from below, kneels down to the side. Begins listening intently, one ear pointing down towards the darkness. What is going on here? There's something chanting. Oh, my Elvish is a bit rusty, but it is Elvish. It almost sounds like some form of ritual or something. Whatever it is, there's something down there. They're a ways away. Whatever it is, though, it doesn't seem to know that we're coming.
Well, let's get past it. Probably our boy, the man who likes to stuff meat and stuff. Sorry, I'm tired.
It's alright, we're gonna... I imagine after I finish this up, we're just all gonna want a good rest.
Agreed. And some time at the spa. Out of character. Was Morgan able to see using her devil sight down into the pit and see that there was a platform?
Yes. If I remember rightly, you could. It's still a bit hard to judge the exact distance you're dropping.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see that there is a platform down there within your visual range. Not terribly far below you, but enough that you'd want to be careful dropping down there.
Yeah.
It's like just far enough to make you be like, I should probably have a climbing rig.
I mean, she's got that charm. So she could, like, if they can get a climbing rig set up, she could use that to float down there and make sure that everybody can make it to the pedestal.
There's also the reminder of the fact you all did find an item that might be particularly useful for this last session.
Alright, play the music box again.
Fails, he immediately falls asleep again. Falls down the hole. Dies.
Ocean.
Did Morgan convey that to the rest of the group?
I was about to have her do so, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so yeah, she looking down there and just seeing that platform. Well, if we can figure out a way to get safely down to that platform, I can see. That would certainly make this easier.
You can see down there.
Yeah, I've been able to see a lot better in the dark since we woke up on that island.
Interesting. Then tell us, is there any open gaps in the platform to be worried about, or is it just a straight drop?
Morrigan,
Mm-hmm.
per what you can see, it's a bit like how the previous place where you dropped down was, where the gear below you has a large open gap in the middle of it, but space around the outer edge to stand.
It's a lot like the gears where we previously have been able to drop through in here.
Hmm.
It's a fair distance away. Because of that charm I have, I know I can get down there safely. So if we want to set up like some kind of rope or something like that, I can guide it down there and make it a lot safer for everybody else to get on it.
Or we could all just jump.
If we can stay as a group, that would be probably the best way to do it, yeah. I don't know if Morgan... I can't remember if Morgan knows about the rod, so...
Well, I will say what Morgan does know is back on the island, Dravinci appeared to have casted Featherfall in order to prevent Lee from rocketing into the ground.
Yes.
So Dravinci knows Featherfall that can cover the entire party.
Alright. Okay.
Yeah. You want us to do what now?
Jump and stay close to the edge.
And since I can see it, I can guide us onto the platform.
Fails is
Just
looking
wanna-
like this.
Yeah, because Morrigan can see this. Actually, those of you with dark vision, right? No, because this is also a magical issue. So only Morrigan can see this.
Mm-hmm.
I'll still reveal this for the sake of you guys having the visual reference. Look almost due upwards from your current position on the map.
Okay.
Up there.
Honey. That is the cord to my mic, to my headset.
Tank
Sorry.
has made an
Multi, pay
appearance.
attention.
Suddenly
You're not
there's
even in
just
this game.
There's just suddenly a rotund cat walking around this tower. How did he get there? No one's asking.
Yes,
No
cat.
one
How do we
knows.
get there? Come on, let's go! But yes, you can see, if you look directly up from your current position on the map, what the gear looks like you'd be dropping down onto.
And in-game, only Morrigan can see it, correct?
Yes. It's not terribly big, but there is space enough for, you can tell, all of your party can stand on. It's probably also about a 30-foot drop.
Okay. Alright. Definitely gonna be a bit of a drop, but nothing that we can't survive. I'm the only one who can see this, aren't I?
Yep.
Da Vinci just holds the flaming dagger over the hole. I can't see anything.
Yeah, it's interesting, Motogun.
Mm-hmm.
When you look down, you can actually see the point where the light being cast from Travince's dagger just stops.
Huh.
There's a point about 20 feet down where the light from his dagger just stops. Like it's hit something.
Because I've never had Motherkin figure this out before. Like, it just clicks in her head then of exactly what Devil's Sight does. Okay, then. Well, at least one of us can see where it is we're going. And that's better than no one being able to, I suppose.
Alright, horrible decision time. Everyone, get in the hole. Bowser's looking very anxious and doesn't want to stop and think and not do this ever.
Agreed. We got. We probably also have a ritual to interrupt.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, if we've got a way, let's gather and just jump down and I'll guide us down onto that gear.
Okay, everyone, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Jump.
Yeah.
We
Alright.
should.
And Da Vinci will cast Featherfall.
Alrighty then. As you all are landing softly through the aid of magical assistance, I would like everyone to make a stealth check as they land. We're doing a group stealth check.
Oh boy.
I am good at those.
What the fuck?
Goddamn.
Hey,
I guess
Morgan's stealthy.
I guess it makes sense because she's the one guiding them down onto the gear, so she's paying quite a bit of attention.
You can see the best out of everyone, so you have the best chance of landing correctly and softly.
Fair point. Fair point.
I don't know if Bowser's making noises going down and bouncing off of the wall. That's a 10.
I mean, you're not
It's
like you're not bouncing
it's
off
like
the walls, but there
flying,
is
but
that
it
like
sucks.
you're not bouncing off the walls, but there is that like moment of panic of being like, I can't see what's below me. Oh no.
This is a horrible idea.
So we just move our tokens to that upper gear.
Yep.
Alrighty.
You all do pass through that layer on the 20-foot mark, and then suddenly those of you with dark vision can see again. You can actually see the platform below you.
Remind me
that's
how
annoying.
I do the thing. No.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm having to just do it this way because it
Okay.
doesn't like me moving the token and trying to use the scroll wheel, so I had to do that in increments. Sorry.
It's all good. As long as you don't lose track of your token.
Yee. It helps it on my end for some reason. It always pops up that bubble array around it, so I just click in the middle of that and I've got my token.
Yeah.
And-
Alright then.
And for the interest of not getting ourselves caught, Da Vinci will extinguish the flame dagger as they're falling.
Alrighty then. Does a note then. Travince is blind down here.
Yes.
Because at least in the chamber you've just dropped down into, there's no ambient light. Alright, so you all land on this lower platform, and you do find yourself hitting solid ground, though the texture of what you've just landed on is weird. It is the same metallic surfaces that you've landed on every time, but there's almost like a powdery grit underfoot. Like as your boot squeezes this, you're pushing something off of it.
Bowser takes a sniff. Is that rust?
You take a couple of sniffs, get down towards the ground a little bit to sniff better. It smells rust would be accurate. However, it's not. It is not the rust of bronze or copper like you would expect. It is the rust of iron.
Mm.
Dried blood.
And here it seems to be caked on in layers so thick and dried that they actually flake off as you are walking around.
Well, I guess this is where he threw his leftover meat.
And you all can now hear chanting. Those of you with the ability to understand Elvish can understand it. So I'm going to pull out the polygonal
May only
reveal
be
tool.
one of us.
God damn, Moonspeak.
I think that may only be Revenge.
For some reason, I thought more of you knew Elvish.
I know
That was-
my character
I
knows
think Keta might
Dwarvish.
have.
How knows every useless language?
I
Fair
know 2 languages and gun.
The language of bullets.
Yes, I know the languages of common, infernal, and violence.
Fair enough.
One of
Morgan.
these is the transcendental language.
Morgan knows Common, Infernal, and Dwarvish.
Does the encyclopedic
Failsy
brain of
knows-
Failsy not know Elvish?
Halsey knows Latin, Phoenician, Ancient Egyptian, not French.
Pretty much.
Failsy speaks every ancient dead language, but hardly any of the modern ones.
She has common,
Yeah.
celestial, abyssal, and draconic.
Yes, so she speaks Common and Infernal, and those are her only modern common languages, more or less.
Same, but those are the only languages I know.
Anyways,
She gets by with comprehend languages, but she's kind of anemic on magic right now.
yeah.
I need spell slots in case something tries to blast me.
All right then. So, Dravincha, you'll be the only one to understand this. May the blood we offer here in this moment grant you power to take over this land. You just hear coming from the next room over. The rest of you can see another large ticking gear ahead of you.
Da Vinci's going to point in the direction of the voice, which for the others is going to be pointing towards, I guess, that large gear.
Just into the room in general. It's a bit hard to tell exactly where it's coming from because all of these rooms are kind of like echo chambers.
And because I imagine he's still holding on to Morrigan's hand, will whisper to her, there is definitely a ritual going on. They're chanting about using blood to give something power. Also, I can't see.
I'll try to guide you as best I can.
May the beast you have given into my servitude feed on the people of these lands, so that the barriers that prevent your entry may fall.
Da Vinci is going to quietly repeat that. That's what they're saying.
Quick note. When it comes to using the spell book as a scroll dispenser, does it take an action to pull a page out, or can I just cast a spell from the book and it just burns the pages away?
Essentially, how it works is what you will do to use any of those pages is you would invoke it like you would a spell scroll, and it will burn the pages out of the book.
Okay.
You don't have to like take an action to rip a page out, then take another action to cast it. You can just
Okay.
read them directly out of the book, and it will burn the inscriptions from the pages.
Yeah, was just double checking that because I feel like we're about to get into combat soonish.
Maybe. All right. Do you all want to move anywhere as you can still hear this chanting in the other room?
I don't understand shit. Well, Revenge is translating, so I understand this is bad. So I'm gonna creep forward.
All right. I'll say this, Stravincia, as well. There is something decidedly strange about this voice.
Strange as in familiar or strange as in warped?
Strange as in warped. To make a real world comparison, do you know about... I'm sure we all know about those weird, like, speech pattern recognition robots that can pull enough words from someone speaking in a TV show and copy their voice and make them say anything? It's almost like that. Something speaking in a voice that isn't its own, but it has enough of the words to make it work.
This stuff certainly doesn't feel right.
I'm actually just going to go ahead and reveal this whole room, since that'll make it easier for the future.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
I am preemptively trying to get as much of the area on the screen for the stream.
Fair enough.
Looks like we're in the last corner of the room, so
Okay, I think that should do it.
oh, a few hives. Oh god, what is that?
You currently see this grotesque humanoid. It looks almost like... How best to describe this creature? Almost akin to a emaciated, yet somehow bloated corpse. Its fingers and toes elongated into sharp, bony claws. It doesn't have lips, and behind where its face seems to have just been peeled open are just exposed rows of teeth. It vaguely almost resembles a elven corpse that's been warped in strange and demonic ways. And when it speaks, again, the mouth moves in the correct way, but there's no lips. It shouldn't be able to enunciate the words the way it is. And yet they still are pronounced with almost crystal clarity in a strange and unnatural way. Does not seem to have noticed any of you all. But you can currently see it as it is crouching over the central platform, where from your current angle, most of you can make out these divots cut into the brass of the ring itself, vaguely reminiscent of some kind of spell circle.
Has it said anything new, or is the chant repeating?
Let's see, because it's saying the chant very slowly. Like every couple
Okay,
of moments,
so-
it says a line, and this is
Okay,
while
so
it's
by now it's probably starting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as you all are watching it, it's pacing around this hole in the middle. And I'd actually like for everyone to make another perception check as you all are moving into this room.
Because
This-
Da Vinci's blinded.
This is not sight. This is auditory and orrery.
Okay.
Olfactory.
Olfactory, okay.
Ah,
A 6 for me.
9.
Well,
Perception?
yeah.
5.
There are some other strange sounds you can all hear in this room, but it's hard to tell exactly what they are. There's a sloshing sound that also fills this room, as well as specifically Brimstone. You pick up on this stronger than the others, but all of you do sort of catch a hint of it. There is the ever-present smell of blood in this chamber.
Kind of look as subtly as I can, over the edge.
All right. Would you like to move your token to reflect you moving towards the edge?
Yeah.
All right. You look down over that edge, whereas normally you would see black abyss below you, as you've seen in every other part, just abyss and more gears. About 10 feet down from the edge of where you're currently standing is just liquid. Occasionally you'll see like the spoke of a gear turn up out of it, and just this thick viscous liquid dripping off of these gears. There's no color, but your mind can fill in the gaps.
Hmm.
Apologies if you guys can hear that in
Yeah,
the
I
background.
assume-
Apparently, my neighbors have decided Splody Day is tonight.
Ah, murder. We can't hear it, but still murder.
Well, if it gets picked up, it's just my neighbors deciding to do Splody Day early.
Ah, yes.
You mean, wait. You mean they're just doing it early and they're not going to do it every day for the next month?
They're starting
Listen,
early.
listen, if you live around where I live, it's ritualistically once a week, every day, or every week of every bit of the year. At least.
That's fair. That's fair.
They want to compete with the local military base doing artillery tests.
I live closer to them than you do.
You live closer to the military base. You don't live closer to the people who fire off fireworks every week.
That's what I was referring to as a military base.
Yes. The time has almost come. Almost enough blood has been spilled for this land to taint enough, so that its divine protection will wane for your entry.
I think we need to interrupt this as soon as possible.
Okay,
Guys, I might
If
be
I reload... What?
I was if he's casting, I might be the best one to try to interrupt him because I have disruptive timing.
I don't think it's...
I will
don't-
say this, as far as you all can see, he doesn't
he's
appear to be
a
casting.
spell.
Okay,
It's almost like he's just talking.
fair enough.
Yeah, like he's just kind of... You know, the mad wizard talking to himself before he starts a ritual. Of just, oh, everything's got to be perfect. It's got to be perfect. It's got to be perfect. All right, now.
Yeah. From what you all can see,
But
as he
much
is
less
moving
frantic.
around this circle, he's occasionally dragging these elongated fingers across the metalwork below him, leaving behind... One, it makes this horrible screeching sound, but it does slowly, seemingly over time, leave behind these gouges in the metal.
Okay.
If I reload my weapon, will I have to make another stealth check?
This thing rolled low enough perception that I don't think so. Your previous stealth check was almost double its perception, so I'll let it stand.
Okay. I would like to load a radiant round into my rifle.
Alright, you're loading up your rifle with radiance?
Yep.
Well, with radiant, not radiance, that's two different things.
Yeah, and then, provided nobody else does something in the next 6 seconds, I would also do the same with the revolver.
Yeah, you can do so.
I'm prepping to do a spell with the book open. I have Bigby's hand ready.
All right. You flip to the page depicting a large arcane hand that at first when you saw it, you were just like, huh, someone got really
Yeah.
carried away with transcribing this mage hand spell. And you're actually like looking into it just like, oh.
Oh.
Okay,
Baby's hand!
let's ready ourselves into position, and when we're ready, I'll light my dagger, and we'll start.
Okay.
Is
Okay.
this open?
Yes, that is open.
Give me the word. I'll
How
into the
far
wall.
away from you are that? You can actually see this. You can actually see currently that those little pedestals around that place. Ew, there's a bug on my leg. But you can see those pedestals that are around there are actually these metal spikes that have been jammed into the brass wheel that currently seem to have hearts staked on them.
Oh, fun.
And they just seem to be bleeding despite not being attached to anything.
My idea is I'm just gonna slap him into the hole.
Fair.
I don't know what that'll do, but he'll stop
Oh.
chanting.
Setting the scene as well. You all can see these other platforms where there are these hives posted, though you do not see any hell wasp in this room currently. It is an interesting point of order, though. Specifically the one that keeps going by you fairly closely, i.e. the one you guys are right next to on the map currently. You can see on the platform itself, because it's not raised, at least not terribly so compared to the rest of the floor, are more of those symbols which would typically denote the stopping mechanism of spells in this area. But they are currently raised up in a very
So that
weird...
indicates that they have,
Yeah.
like, as though they haven't been activated.
Yeah, it does not seem that they have been activated.
Mm.
Like, they are already lit up strangely. Lit up, not raised up. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, sorry.
Got it.
Raised up. So, do we just have to slam them down to make them work?
All right.
Yeah. You all just... I'm noting this because currently none of the blades in this room that you can see are moving. For some reason, they're currently triggered, and the nests themselves are attached to the bases of the blades. Make of that what you will.
Do they look hard to
Yeah.
put?
Say that again, Failsy?
Do the nests look hard to push off?
They're firmly rooted in place, but despite how they look on the map, they're just the size they are. They are not actually covering those pedestals.
Okay.
Okay.
Aside from the one in the bottom of the map, it is partially covering its pedestal.
Gotcha.
I'm just going to try to move forward some, because right now, Dravinche needs me to move forward if he's going to move forward.
Yeah. Like, basically, we would want to have Brimstone and Failsy more towards the back, and Morrigan and Dravinci more towards the front.
Yeah, I would like to use my racial ability for magic and become no seeing me.
Ah, as you all are watching, suddenly Brimstone just vanishes.
He's a wizard. Gunboy's been holding out on me.
All right. You all actually watch now, as you all are making these preparations, as this creature makes its way to one of the stakes and actually pulls the heart that is currently pierced on it off of it. Seems to turn it around in its hand as if to inspect it.
Are we ready? I'm going to take that as an indication to slap this guy before he completes his ritual.
I don't know. Dravinci, Morrigan, are you satisfactorily placed?
Yep.
I am. Sorry, I should have
Yeah.
said so in character.
I mean, I was also asking that out of character.
Fair enough.
Don't have the spell written
Wanted to
down.
make sure you guys didn't want to move before.
Don't forget, there's a bot in the server that you can use to prompt it to give you any spell you need, Failsy.
True.
I've got the spell on a from the wiki dot. It's just I don't have it to put into the chat.
It's fine.
I mean, you could just... Well, probably copy and pasting it would be a bad idea. That'd probably be a lot.
It's
We
fine.
can see what the spell is.
I'm sorry, Raw.
Yeah.
He's sitting under my
Ow.
chair, and I didn't realize it, and I put my foot down, and I flopped him right in the face.
Ah,
Ow.
he has received what he has deserved.
Buddy, we're about to fight, so I can't really pay you much attention right now. I'm sorry.
Ow.
Mulder.
He's a cat. He doesn't understand.
Mulder.
The beast.
Alrighty then. So you're using... You know you could just drag the spell onto your character sheet, too. Just for the sake of being able to pop it into the chat.
It's not. We don't have it.
Yes, it's called Arcane Hand.
Yeah. Well,
Because a lot of the specifically named spells named for wizards in Roll20 are just given more generic sounding names.
yeah, because they're SRD, but you can't use them.
Yeah.
You can't use the specific names. It's like how Mordenkainen's mansion becomes Magnificent Mansion, because Mordenkainen is attached to D&D while the SRD is technically agnostic.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw that and I'm like, that's not what I was looking for.
Yeah, it's just called Arcane Hand in Roll20.
Yeah.
Like, it even still types up when you try to type in Big B's hand.
Yeah.
Right. That's the wrong failsy.
Oh, put it in the right, Failsy!
What if I want to put it in the left, Failsy?
No!
Raw, sweetheart.
Oh, okay.
You cannot be in my lap right
To be a
now.
bit more epic.
No.
Raw, you're very handsome. But you cannot be in my lap right now.
No.
We are about to do battles.
No.
Okay.
Oh, come on, you
All
big
right.
thing. On the floor.
As you all are making your preparations, let's go ahead and get some initiative. As you all are getting a
Yay.
surprise round. Wall of text.
Text.
Ooh.
Travince's ready to fucking go.
Let's go.
Which is ironic because he's blind.
I think he'll be
For now, at least.
cracking open his little dagger to see.
Oh dang!
Yeah.
Bad roll. What's your initiative modifier?
I
Bad
don't
roll.
remember offhand with this. I don't remember offhand what their initiative modifier is, but it's not spectacular.
I have it pulled. It's not bad actually. I have it pulled up.
Hello, Failsy.
Okay, Failsy goes last.
From what I remember, they have a decent dexterity.
Yeah. But it rolled really poorly.
I always spell that name super wrong.
Yeah, it's a weird name to try to spell. All right, so
I always
you
swap the H and the Z.
yeah. So you all are getting your round of preparation. What are you doing in it? Obviously, Failsy's going to cast a spell, but that'll be resolved on Failsy's turn.
Yeah.
I was honestly not expecting to go first.
Rarely do.
But
Yeah, right.
since Da Vinci doesn't really have much for range right now, he's going to basically give the signal, ignite, hold his dagger up into the sky. Tempia! Fire!
Yes, so your dagger bursts into brilliant flames, instantly breaking the party's stealth.
What do you mean?
Listen, you're invisible, but I'm saying the party.
I know.
Alright, so Dravinci, you are
Everyone
no longer
listening.
blinded as your dagger ignites and lights the area up around you.
And he's while dancing in place, he is. We were told that this thing is immune to fire, right?
It is resistant, I believe.
You resistant to fire. The only thing you were told it was immune to was poison, like most things in D&D.
Okay. And launching from the dagger, ignited dagger in his hand, propels a bolt of flame, shooting a firebolt.
Yeah, I better get an HP tracker set up.
Boom!
Got boom.
And that's when the thing only has like 2 HP.
But it dies.
Yeah! Just this big
You're
dramatic
so
encounter, it only has 2 HP because it's been... Yeah, because it's been bleeding itself dry to fucking fuel this ritual. It's still holding a heart, too.
Yeah.
It's just
You
like,
interrupted
oh, yes,
it when it was
lovely
about to
heart.
eat snack.
Hey! Trying to have lunch here, you son of... you assholes. Give me 5 minutes.
Alright, so 23 to hit on a firebolt does hit it. It is fire damage, so it is unfortunately resistant to it. But 9 points. Alright.
That gives everyone basically the signal. Launch your shit now, while it's going. What the fuck is going on?
Yes, and you are no longer blind.
Yes.
Alrighty then. So you make your move. Oh, there are the fireworks. You make your move. Miss Morrigan, you've been given the signal.
We have our signal. Our signal to whack.
Yeah, she's just I'm going to, before summoning Hour and Minute, just throw both her hands out. I can't remember what it is I had her call out for casting, but she's going to just send out 2 bolts of Eldritch Blast.
Alrighty.
So here is first. I don't think that's hitting.
Unfortunately, no.
And here is second. That's not hitting either.
Yeesh.
No.
That sucks.
It happens. I'm going to say this. Keep in mind when moving on this
Wait,
battlefield, you have to move along where there's actually a platform to stand on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it in fact empty?
Yes, that is in fact empty space.
Empty nothingness, and none of us really have the strength to be able to jump that with ease.
I'm. It's not my turn yet, but I'm torn between punching this guy or cat facing this off the platform.
Up to you.
Yeah.
Alright. Do you want to make any movement, Morrigan, since you can in your turn?
Yeah, I think I will, because I don't really have any... He's not close enough for me to try to pull a Hexblade's Curse on him yet, so... I will just bop over to here.
Just one.
Maybe within 30 feet of you then.
Yeah, then you can Hexblade's Curse him if you want.
Oh, it's a bonus action, okay. Eldritch Blast was an action. So, yeah, I will...
Action.
Hexblade's Curse him.
Alrighty then. Let's see what to apply for Hexblade's Curse.
Skull.
Yeah, we'll go with that one. I will ask that you remember the rules and rulings of your Hexblade's Curse. My goodness, people, you don't need to be lighting off your mortars.
It's probably...
The unfortunate thing is I don't have a program thing on here for Hour and Minute under Hexblade's Curse, so I'll just... If I need to, I will... Yeah, I will...
3 damage.
Yeah, I get a critical on a 19 or 20.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. Is that your turn preparation done?
Yes.
Brimstone. You're invisible.
Oh boy. I wonder what I'm gonna do.
Stay exactly where you are and out of the fray.
Stay exactly where I am and do what I do best. Gone.
Done.
Now, I think there's any reason to use my charge shots. No, because I have advantage on this because I'm invisible. Yeah. So I'm just gonna pick up Mercy and just gonna make a shot.
Bear in mind this will break invisibility.
That's fine.
Alright. Shoot with mercy. Alright,
Good thing I
luckily
had
you...
advantage.
Yeah, I was going to say, luckily you had advantage. That makes it a 20, which is a hit.
So that's 15 radiant.
Yes, 15 radiant damage, which I believe this creature does not resist. No, it does not resist.
I think, I think it has no special inclination towards or against it.
No, it does not. Because radiant, despite being the damage of divine things, really don't do anything against most infernal creatures.
Mm-hmm.
So, second nostril now.
It does what?
He does have a third nostril.
Oh.
Yeah, so your invisibility breaks as the loud explosion of mercy rings out in this echo chamber of a room.
Yeah.
It certainly seems to recoil slightly from being shot.
What? No.
Alright. Are you moving? Like, are you actually just gonna stay in the back and just not be aggressed?
I do have another attack I could make. No, I'll just use reload.
Yeah. Are you to the point where you can reload as a bonus action?
No.
Yeah, so you have to use your attack to reload Mercy anyways.
Yeah, I mean either I could switch to revolver and make a shot, but yeah, I'll just I'll reload Mercy instead.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't get that for the like 14th level.
Yeah, it takes a while to get there.
Yeah.
Honey.
Yeah, that. Yep.
Alright. It doesn't get a turn because this was a supplies round on Ural's part. It is reeling from being shot with a sniper rifle. Failsy, what are you doing? You've had time to contemplate the ins and outs of your strategy.
I want to try and smack this off.
Alright, so you are summoning forth the hand.
I am summoning forth the hand, which is the closest thing I'm going to feel like being strong.
Alright. I'm gonna just find an asset to use, but what would you imagine Failsy's Big Beast hand to look like?
Big ass claw. Like, almost like a dragon claw. Something from her repressed memories of her mother being very, very powerful. Also,
Is it a
Yeah.
large? Yeah, it's a large entity. Whoop. So Morrigan, a giant hand apparates next to you.
Morgan's used to being around Failsy. She's used to weird shit with hands. This ain't no thing.
And Failsy, one of your own hands is wrapped with the same ethereal glow that this hand seems to be formed from.
ooh.
So you're just gonna try to swipe the nest off of it?
Yes, I'm using Forceful Hand. The hand attempts to push a creature within. I'm assuming this thing's a creature.
It's technically an object.
I thought it was. Okay, so
They're nests, not actual living entities. They contain
I won't.
living entities.
You could still do it. I'm just saying it is technically an object.
okay. I want to attempt to push it off into the void
All right.
like a cat.
I'm trying to find. The annoying thing about that spell description is that it doesn't indent whenever the abilities happen.
So Failsy would make a strength check with a +8 modifier contested by this thing's strength. So I guess just like a flat AC thing.
Technically, I'm gonna roll its strength considering the idea of how well it's held in place.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
If it exceeds, the hand pushes the target up to 5 feet plus the number of feet equal to 5 times my spellcasting modifier ability.
Yeah, so
That's
like 20, 30 feet.
All right, so go ahead and make the strength check per the hand.
Okay, that'll be.
Oh, also,
1d20 plus
something you'll need to note for the sake of these spells, because they're not your spells; they're the spell DC of the creature that made them.
Yeah.
Consider them as a +4 modifier, not yours.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So then I would be pushed 25 feet on a success.
So go ahead and make your strength check.
So 1 plus 8. Roll it. 27.
Yeah, you succeed.
Correct.
Just cat face. It just slides off and into the void.
Alrighty
just
then.
Picturing the Bigsby hand being like a cat paw instead of it being a shove. It's just smash.
All right, so you give it a whack. It rolls off it as your hand takes its place. Which I'm actually gonna quickly give you control of this, so I don't have to move it. You should be able to control it now.
Okay.
See if you can. Yeah. Alright. Now to roll to see what happens to this thing as it falls into the void below.
I'm assuming the void is just blood.
It is. It's blood. As the dagger lights up, you all can just see the thick red sea below you. Well, that's
Goody.
weird. My D20 landed on a point.
Nothing happens.
Are you using one of the ones Wumpus made for you?
Yes, it rolled onto my keyboard.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
It rolled onto my keyboard and just landed on a point. I've actually recently been using this set that Wumpus made for me, and it rolls really well.
Except when it lands in the keyboard.
Yeah. Like, it rolls really consistently, like, varied numbers. It doesn't, like, favor one side of the die over the other. The only issue is the
a
fact that
truly
some of the
balanced
numbers
die.
are a little hard to read.
Fair enough.
He still has some work to get done with getting bubbles out of the casting.
He does pretty good work, though.
Alrighty then.
Something tip you could give him is, I forget what that toy is called. The sex toy that's just a mushroom-shaped thing that vibrates.
Oh, Jesus.
A wand?
Wand, yeah.
I'm sure he's aware, but we're on a stream, Failsy.
I mean, just press that against the moldy thing, and it will vibrate the bubbles out of a past molding.
We'll talk about that later. We're in the middle of a fight.
Okay.
Alright then. But yes, you bat it off and it just falls into the blood. Seemingly nothing happening there and after. Are you going to move at all, or what do you want to do now?
Do I have to? How far? I've got 120 feet with his hand. Cool. I'm gonna hop onto this platform behind my hand. With hands sort of interposed between us. What is this? What actually? What am I on?
Right.
I was just quickly taking a look at what I was actually standing on.
Yeah, you're standing on a button. I'm going to set the hand off to the side here, just so we can see your character token.
Okay. Thought I could just hide. It's like, I'm stealth.
Can you actually move yourself so I can see what specific button you're standing on? Okay,
What's this one?
thank you. I mean, you can put yourself back there, but I just need to see which one it was you were standing on.
Don't know what this button does. Fails and just sees buttons and is like, must press.
We know that that symbol means stop.
Yeah. Well, no. Different symbol. Very similar, but different symbol. We'll get into that later, though. But, Failsy, that's your turn then, done?
Yep.
Alright. Travinche, we're back around to you.
Okay. So this is probably a bad idea. Dravinche is going to, using his trained in the Gale ability. He's going to use the dash action as a bonus action. And just basically fly across the map up to this thing. And sword and dagger in hand, he is going to go all out on this thing.
Alrighty. Give us a slash. All right, your first attack. Unfortunately, you go to slash at it, and it's had enough. Oh, okay, go ahead and just roll
Sorry.
them all.
And because I'm guessing a 22 hits.
Why are you
Spell.
casting Shopping Grasp?
Because spell dancers, when they hit with a weapon attack, can cast a cantrip as part of the same action. It's their weird multi-attack feature.
The unfortunate thing is you made an offhand attack that hit. Your attack action attack did not hit.
We had discussed this previously. Since dual weapon fighting means that I can use my offhand as a part of the attack action from the.
Oh yeah, this is that really dumb homebrew thing because it completely rewords how dual weapon fighting works.
Yeah.
Instead of just making you add your damage to the bonus action attack. Instead just makes your bonus action part of your main attack action. I don't like these feat things still. But we're already using them. Alright, continue anyways. The 13 doesn't hit though.
Yeah, so. So that would be 5 piercing and 9 fire.
Alright. Alright. Are you doing anything else on your turn as you do manage to hit it with your flame tongue dagger and it still doesn't seem to react terribly much to the impact of the blow?
No, I dodged, so I don't have a bonus action, and I don't have the mobile feat to get the fuck out of dodge. So that is my turn. He is readying himself up to take a hit.
Oh, I just realized something. That's an incredibly broken feature. Dual weapon fighting literally gives you the extra attack feature.
Basically.
No.
Yes. Because it gives you your bonus action back in exchange for literally just giving you another attack every turn. Because you would have technically not been able to make an offhand attack because you used your bonus action to dash.
If you
But
want to
per how
rework
that's-
this, we can discuss this after session.
I really just don't want to use this feature tree thing because it really overcomplicates stuff. But we're already using it, like I said, so. Alright, so it took that amount of damage. And you are next to it now. You've already moved and done your stuff, so Motogun, we're to your turn.
Okay. Because you said we have to stay on platform for movement, going to move 15 this way and 15 here. I forgot to do the alt hold thing, but she would
It's
be
fine.
standing there. I imagine like next turn she can easily make that hop.
Yeah. Like, that's not far enough for it to even be a concern.
Okay. Not close enough to get in fighting range, but can still fire off some more Eldritch Blast attempts.
Alrighty then.
Or Hexblade, you get bonus damage rolls.
Yeah, I know, because of Hexblade's curse, I might, if I hit him, I will get bonus damage off. So,
I was just double checking to see if there was like a bonus to attack. Just with criticals only.
yeah, only if I roll a 19 or 20. Okay, so
Yeah.
here's the first one. Motherfucker.
Yeah, 10 unfortunately misses.
Okay, and second. 15.
15 just hits.
Okay. And bonus damage, my proficiency bonus, so it'll be an extra 3.
Right.
Already.
13.
10 points of 13 points of force damage. Not bad. I don't believe this creature resists force damage at all. It does not. Good.
So he takes the full 13.
Yes.
And
It does seem to recoil from the impact of your Eldritch Blast rather noticeably.
okay. And I don't believe I have any spells that are a bonus action.
Alrighty.
You have like Misty Step.
I do, but I also only have like 2 spell slots a day.
Oh, so true.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'd rather save the spell slot. So I will call turn.
Alright, Brimstone.
Bullet loaded. To take aim, I'll use a grit point for Deadeye Shot for advantage.
Alrighty.
Fire again.
16 hits.
Okay. 16 radiant.
16 on the 2 hits, 16 on the damage.
Yeah, no kidding.
Consistency.
And ugh, good thing I didn't have disadvantage.
Yeah. Checking, doing math. I think you would have misfired on disadvantage, wouldn't you?
I would have.
Alrighty. Are you taking another shot as your secondary action with your pistol, or are you reloading Mercy again?
How is it looking at this point?
It's not visibly reacting to the damage very much, but you can certainly see holes that have been put in it from the damage.
Okay.
If anything, it seems very confused right now.
Okay. At that point, I'll use my second attack to reload again.
Alright. Alright, it's
I think I
turn.
have anything to do as a bonus action. No, I don't. Okay.
This is where we find out that this guy's a rebel of some dark lord and he's been trying to save humanity.
You don't get that sense. You do not get that sense. I'll say that.
Maybe fails. He gets that sense.
Maybe. Poor insight roll, maybe. Well, Da Vinci, you've put yourself right next to it.
Yep.
Hasty people.
Alright, but you do have your Dancer's Grace, because you do have momentum right now.
Yes.
What is your AC?
My AC is 17, so it has to hit a 17 at disadvantage.
Alright. It's 2 hit
Because
modifier.
your shiny shimmery belt.
Alright. I should get out another dice to make this go faster. I don't want to roll 1 dice a bunch of times.
That's fair.
Okay, well, I just rolled an 18 and a 15 on the die.
And it has a
Ooh.
better than 2 to hit.
Yes.
Or better
So
than a
this
plus 2
is its
bonus.
bite. This is its bite attack. It makes first.
Painful.
Oh, and I also have to roll that because that happens. Oh. Okay, so that is a total of 13 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Ooh. And Dravince's charisma score is lowered by 4.
Oof.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm staying away from that.
As Dravince, you feel as this thing sinks its teeth into you, and you just feel some of your will, your force of personality. It's bizarre. It just drains out of you.
Ah!
And all of you around can actually see as Dravince's physicality withers slightly. Now it's going to make its claw attack, which, because it did hit you, it does not have disadvantage anymore.
And because my charisma dropped, my AC dropped. I'm at AC 15.
Alrighty
Oh,
then.
that's really bad for you, Jesus.
I didn't even think about that part.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. A 12 does not hit you though.
No, a 12 does not hit me.
Alright, so it does not hit you. You manage to back away in time before it can rake its claws out towards you. But immediately you realize that this thing is nothing to joke at.
Yeah.
Alright, and now I have to roll a d6 for something. Doesn't happen. Okay. That is its turn, though. It seems perfectly willing to try to harvest a new heart. Failsy, it is your turn.
Is with this line that I've got, is Dravinci in a line of fire?
What are you doing?
Well, seeing that, I'm thinking of novering my what is it called again?
Arcane
Volatile
Hand?
acid?
If you were to do a line attack from your current position, it would hit Dravinci. You'd have to be essentially above it in the room to not hit him.
Well, while I decide that, bonus action, I'm gonna. Does this thing only moves? How far does this move?
I think its movement speed is 60 feet.
Yeah, it's got a 60. It can get there pretty easy.
Okay, I'm gonna go over here and give this thing a bat.
Alright, so you're making another shoving ability check?
Yeah, I don't like these nests.
Fair enough. Go ahead and roll its strength.
Nests are people. 17.
Try as Bigby might. As you try to bat this nest off, the force of your hand is not enough to push the nest off of its current mooring.
Okay.
Because the nest has been disturbed and not destroyed, I have to roll something.
Yeah, damn it.
You all hear buzzing starting to come from that nest now.
Now that's a bonus action for Failsy, so she still has her main action.
Yep. Bigby's hand, the most powerful of the spiritual weapons.
True.
Except for the fact that I believe Bigby's hand is a concentration spell.
It is.
Alright, so
Well,
Failsy, what you do?
Hearing the buzz, he's like, nope. Just blows it up.
You're blowing it up?
Well, I try.
Oh, you use acid wave, okay.
Just turns into an iceberg.
Alright, so that would be a total of... Because your spells are currently being converted to... Oh, you're centering it there?
No, that's me. I don't know where Failsy's centering it. Oh, on the actual nest.
Okay, centering it on the nest. So
Yeah,
it does
I
not
just
reach.
Okay.
Just hits the nest.
If I could hit it on the front here, then I guess it would hit this guy on the back.
All right. I'll allow it.
That's also slamming straight to the front of the nest.
Okay. Having to do math. Having to do math. Do math.
I
Good.
wouldn't that mean that the Bigsby's hand also need to roll a dexterity save?
Yep.
Yep.
It has a flat 10.
Yup.
So you have to roll a d20 to see if you can beat your own saving throw.
Or else it takes 18 cold damage.
Which I need. How much health does it have again?
Equal to her
Failsies.
max hit points.
It
Yeah,
has
so
43 43 HP.
Well, it's not yours.
well, it's equal to whomever the spellcaster.
Well, then it's equal to
Give me a second.
level 10 spellcaster. So probably more.
I wrote this down. I forgot that Bigby's hand was equal to your HP. I always forgot that spellcaster had really crap HP. It has 55 HP
Okay, so it's still higher than Felsies.
because I randomly rolled that
much.
spellcaster's HP, and they rolled shitty.
I kind of want to find a spellcaster in case he has a head left.
Well, there was nothing left of them other than a book.
It's not this guy, is it? This is not the spellcaster.
You don't know.
The book's written in Elvish, and this is an elf.
It looks like an elf.
You don't know. Speaks Elvish. Looks like an elf. Smells like an elf. Might be an elf. All right, but it also has to make a saving throw because we're using the spell,
Alright, this. Did I roll?
and it succeeds, so it takes half damage. It's cold damage, so it takes half damage again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
So 9 to 5, so that much damage.
and the hand takes 18.
Yeah. So mark down the damage the hand takes.
Where?
And what? 18 times 2.
36.
36. Thank you very much. So all of those things in that nest took 36 points of damage. Not quite dead, but very close. Because I didn't even give them a chance to make the saving throw because they would not be able to avoid it.
Fair.
It's like, what? Something's happening out there? Pokes his head out and gets slammed past the door.
Someone's knocking out the door? Oh no, it's cold! Alright.
Why is it winter?
Why is it winter? We're inside a building!
But angry insect noises.
Alright, Failsy, is that your turn?
Yes.
Alright. Drovince. That sucked.
Yes. Yes, it did.
Literally, you forgot
sucked.
how to do some dance moves. You can't avoid things like you could.
You did take damage. You did take a hit of or you did take a hit at your turn. I think that does something to your momentum, but I can't remember what. Think you lose a
I need to
momentum
make
point?
I need to make a performance check in order to keep my momentum.
Alright. Is it basically making a concentration check?
Yeah, so I lost my momentum.
Well, you only have to hit it, so you'll probably get some momentum back.
So Dravince is going to cast Zephyr Strike. give
Right.
the first attack advantage. So that's an 18.
All right, the
Taking a
18 will hit.
For 7 magical slashing. Get a momentum point. Because he hit, he's going to... Oh. And also because it's Zephyr Strike. That takes an additional 1d8, so that's an additional 5.
Okay,
And
so
then-
Zephyr Strike will end on this at the end of your turn. This turn, then.
And it's a 2-part spell. So one part is not provoke attack of opportunity. The other
so
part is the advantage. So I can only do the advantage once per casting, but as long as I concentrate on it, I won't provoke attacks of opportunity.
yeah, no, until the end of his turn, if he wishes to move, he has an extra 30 feet.
Gotcha. Complicated spells.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because he hit with that, he's going to chain that into a shocking grasp. Yeah, okay. So that chains into an additional 13 lightning damage as his blade reeks across this creature.
As if it couldn't already make opportunity attacks against you, now it can't do it against anyone.
Do math.
And then using the dual weapon fighting offhand into a flame tongue attack, which is not an advantage, that's a 12, so that doesn't
Which
hit.
would miss.
And just gonna fuck right off.
Couldn't make an opportunity attack even if he'd missed the shocking grasp.
Alrighty. So Dravinche runs away.
Yes, after getting hit and having it completely put him off his tempo, he does his best to kind of pick up his rhythm once again, casting his spell and making a deft strike with his cutlass, lightning arcing across it. Unfortunately, unable to hit his second attack, and then proceeds to fuck off because he does not want to get hit by that again.
Fair enough. Right, that's Dravinche. Morgan.
Sorry, I'm ready to go with my next turn. I was just trying to burp while my mic was still muted.
All good.
Okay. Sorry, I'm keeping Hexblade Curse information up on my sheet so that I can keep myself reminded of what exactly it does for me.
Yeah.
Okay, it really just gives me like bonus on damage and doubles my chance to crit hit.
Yeah. Yeah. Useful.
Yeah. Okay, but having seen what it did to Dravinche, she doesn't want to get close to it just yet. But she does want to get closer, so she's going to move over there.
Alright.
And we're just gonna stick with doing the Eldritch Blasting for now.
Alright, go ahead and roll your Eldritch Blast.
Here's the first one. I don't think a
13
13.
unfortunately misses.
And here's the second one.
21 will hit, though.
Okay, and I needs to add 3 to the damage.
9.
So 9 total. That is like my minimum damage roll.
Yeah, it's still good. It's still reliable damage, though.
Oh yeah.
True.
I am really hating this spellcaster and know exactly why this person died. Yes, that sucks.
And you know what? I will use my bonus action.
You rolled their spells.
I know, now I know why they
What's your
died.
bonus action?
I would like to cast Hex on this creature.
Okay, double up.
Alright, mini hexes.
And since I did this before I attacked, I don't get the...
You do not get the extra
I don't-
necrotic damage.
I'll get it on subsequent turns. And...
It has been double hexed. Because I don't think Hexblade's curse is concentration.
No.
It just lasts for a minute.
Alright, can you pop hex into the chat for us?
Yeah, and it's gonna because of how Warlock works, it's going to be cast at 3rd level.
Yeah.
Which just means its concentration duration lasts until like 8 hours, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
It would
And
be
then it has disadvantage on checks related to one ability score. Of your choice.
Alright. What is your chosen ability for it?
I don't know why, but instinct's telling me to go with charisma, because this thing might be a charisma caster. That's just what my instinct is saying, though.
Alright. It
I am
has
prob-
disadvantage on charisma ability checks.
I am probably totally wrong, though.
I mean, useful if it has counterspell.
Is that the same as Is that the same as like saves?
No.
No, just checks.
Okay.
Okay, so he is Hexblade's cursed and regular hexed.
Yeah. You hexbladed him. Alright. Initiative count 20.
Ah, shit.
The 3 hell wasps inside that nest are going to emerge. Which I think I deleted my token for them.
Did you?
Oof.
I did!
Oh, no.
That sucks.
I'll use this creepy demon jar for now. They look really injured and mostly frozen over. But they're going to immediately go after the thing that they see next to them.
Blind Rage. It has an
Yeah,
AC
they're-
of 20.
They're just gonna try to slash and cut at this hand.
Yeah.
Which
AC
means that
20.
this is going to be a lot of attacks against this hand.
Oh,
And
6. It's
Six,
their
yeah.
stingers.
Yeah, notably, these hell wasps don't look small like the other ones you guys have encountered so far.
Oh, okay.
are these large creatures?
No.
Yes, they are actually.
Are they?
Yeah, they're
Hell
large
wasp.
fiends.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's right. I always think they're medium. But no, they're much bigger than that. Terrifying.
Okay, well,
Technically, it could be occupying this space then.
move.
I just usually keep them as small because they're considered large creatures because they have a big wingspan.
Yeah.
Their main body is actually fairly small.
I mean, it's still like the size of a person.
Yeah.
It's a big motherfucking bug.
Alright, one misses completely. So roll a
Yeah.
1 on the table. The other 2 hit with their sting attacks.
know if those would do anything to it. And
It can't. I don't think the hand can be poisoned, but it can. I believe it could probably take fire damage.
true. Yeah, I just don't know if any additional effect would take place as it's a magical
It can't.
construct.
It can't be poisoned, so the other effect wouldn't happen.
True.
Right. So that would be.
Magical hell wasp.
I mean, it's kind of hard to like poison or
All right. So
paralyze
the
a
first.
construct of magical force.
So the first sting does to it, and there are 2 of these stings that hit it. The first sting does 7 points of piercing damage and 5 points of fire damage.
Does it have any? I don't think it has any damage resistances.
So +7 and then plus. What was the next one?
5.
Yeah, 7 and 5
So-
for that.
Yeah,
And then
12 damage total on the first.
And then another 12 damage from the second sting, as it did 8 points of piercing damage and then 4 points of fire damage. And
That's
then
taken 18.
the sword talons attacks from all
12.
3 of them.
So what was that last damage thing?
It took 24 points of damage total.
So it's taken 42 points of damage, I think.
And now the sword talons attacks.
That's 13 HP remaining.
Only one of them hit. Or rather, only one of them really made purchase. But it rolled 2 5s on its d6s. So that'd be a total of 14 points of slashing damage from one of them hitting with the sword talon.
It broke the spell.
By 1 hit point.
But that is like 56 damage that didn't have to be dealt to any of us.
Yep. So Bigby's hand is shattered.
And also, we
Tells
got
you-
rid of a Hell Wasp nest with it.
And all of those Hell Wasps are on pretty low HP.
True.
Bales is looking livid.
Brimstone, it is your turn.
How do I generate credit? See, greater than or equal to half your level. Okay. Take a step. I'll spend my last grit point for another Deadeye shot on Marezi.
Alright. That'll hit.
For another 16 radiant.
Consistency, though. Tells you that statement is always dangerous coming from you.
And then I'll
Radiant puts it down to. Alright, continue.
it still standing.
Yeah, it is still standing.
Okay.
It is riddled with holes at this point, though. It's odd that it is still standing.
Down that. Okay. I'll pull the revolver and activate the brand.
Ooh. We getting hellish with it. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Pull your revolver and shoot your shot.
Fire 17.
That hits.
Okay, so that's 11 radiant and that.
Alright, 11 points of radiant damage.
8. And then 11 hellfire.
Alright, it would have resistance to fire normally, but due to hellfire, it just takes normal damage.
I take
Good.
that much as well.
So a total of 22 points.
again.
Total of 22 points of damage from your pistol.
Mhm.
It's certainly, that seems to be almost the first thing it reacts to. as it actually falters, nearly falling over after being hit with that bullet.
Okay. Yeah, I can do. Other than movement, but I'm good.
Alright. That brings us to the Morezi's turn. I have to update its health pool, which is getting pretty low at this point.
I would hope so.
Yeah, it's almost like this party does ridiculous amounts of damage really quickly, and it's really hard to balance for any encounters involving any of them.
And we've been pumping hits into it.
Yeah.
Except for Failsy, but Failsy's been smart and trying to get rid of the ads. And it worked! Once.
Well, I still haven't aggroed the ads on you guys yet.
True!
Yeah.
For all we know, these things aren't allied, and it might just start attacking the Morezi.
Alright, so Morezi's turn.
Quickly check the spell book. Do I even have that spell?
The previous thing, it was chowing down on left. It turns its eyes to the next closest thing.
Then the Hellfire. What the fuck?
It doesn't like the Hellfire, but it does not seem to be... While it looks like it is going to fall over any moment, it's still not really reacting with pain sounds. It's bizarre.
Gross.
Alright. Motogun, what is your AC?
It is 18.
18?
I'm real quick
Alrighty.
seeing if I have anything. Yeah, I don't think any of my...
It's cocked.
You have shield, but even then.
No.
Yeah.
That would be a 19 to hit.
Ooh.
So it is going in for its bite attack this time. As per what this says, it always does its bite attack first and then its claw attack.
Fair.
Man, this thing is clearly a magical creature, and it's not doing anything that my Mage Slayer shit can do anything against.
Unfortunately.
I'll explain that towards the end, but
Unfortunately,
I'll just say
Mage
this:
Slayer-
it's not a spellcaster.
Yeah.
Well, it's certainly acting like one.
Chanting is chanting.
It's a spooky, weird, gross thing that
All right,
needs to
that
die.
is 15 points of piercing damage,
Ouch.
and you take 1 point of charisma damage as it bites into you.
Okay, well, you said it was how much to my actual health?
15.
Okay, I'm still up.
Yeah, and you take
need to
1
make
point
a-
of charisma damage.
I hope that
And
isn't
need to-
permanent, because that screws over so many people with that, even though I'm not as screwed as
And
other party members right now.
you need to make a Constitution save for Hex.
Yeah, you need to see if you maintain concentration on your hex.
Okay, con save coming up, which I do
It's a con
believe...
save DC 10.
Okay.
DC 10.
Are you a warcaster?
I think I get some kind of...
I don't think Mage.
No, Mage
No,
Slayer's
wait,
only for spells. This is just an effect.
Yeah.
This is just a... Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Fuck!
Okay,
I
so
wasted a spell slot.
It happens.
Well, it's not that wasted. Don't worry about it too much. You'll get it back.
I'm already seeing Failsy's dumb idea.
Oh, this is not a dumb idea. This is just me cleaning up my mess.
All right, now it is going to make its claw attack against you,
Okay, it's still AC...
which is going to miss.
Yeah, I was about to say
Oh.
still AC 18.
A 10 misses you.
I imagine,
it-
just for flavor, like, after that bite, she, summons one of the blades and just parries it away.
Works for me. Its bite and claw has the same to hit, yet it's rolled super high for its bite both times, and shit for its claw both
To
times.
be fair, the bite is, I think, a little more dangerous.
No, it's not. The
Well,
bite is dangerous in its own right, but that claw is
That
real
claw-
dangerous.
That claw can be nasty, but that bite is not good for any of us.
All right, and time to roll a d6 to see if something happens. Woo! It won't. It probably won't survive until next turn, but ooh! All right, Failsy. What you do?
I have enough magic left to clean up my mess. Quickly double check. Yeah, this is an action, isn't it? Yes. So yes, I'm going to acid wave into back here to wipe out the rest of these things, and also frosty this guy again.
All right. Go ahead and roll your acid wave.
Oh, on those dice.
22 damage.
I'm actually not even going to bother rolling for the wasp because even if they succeed, they die.
Yeah, fucked.
They have 16 HP, so even if they take half damage, take 11, they'd still get doubled
They
immediately.
still take 22, yeah.
Yep.
Delete.
But this thing does get to roll. Get it at advantage.
Oh, but what if it didn't?
It gets to. Okay, so it just barely succeeds with a 16 on the saving throw.
So it takes 5 or 6.
So I usually round up for the damage.
So 6.
So 6 points of damage. Still standing from that cursory hit of ice. But it's got a whole round of turns to get through.
True.
Is that the end of your turn, Failsy?
Just taking a look to see if I've got any bonus actions I can flick at it. I don't think I do. These are all concentration spells. Or rituals.
I mean, you're not concentrating on anything right now.
Yeah, but I can't do the concentrations as ritual bonus actions.
Yeah. You also can't cast 2 leveled spells in one turn because you did just cast your version of the ball.
I don't think there are any bonus action cantrips anyways.
Not unless you have very specific archetypes.
Yep, like Grave Cleric.
Let's see what happens if I hop into this thing, since I can do that. Boing. What's this do?
None of them appear to be doing... Oh, actually, that one makes the blades start moving again.
Oh. Is that everyone's blades?
Your blade.
Okay.
Especially since there's no longer a nest.
Oh. Wait a second. Oh. Brimstone, can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
No, no.
Alright, time to roll one. 5. That's a fail.
That is a failure.
Because this is my fault, can I push that? The dominate fate?
Yes.
Do you have a dominate fate point right now?
Yes, because you made me duplicate a gun for it.
Okay. That would just give him an extra roll that he then would have to take the result of.
Okay.
My bad.
Yeah, roll one more time.
Better.
Alright, so you take less damage. That's the best roll of my d6s so far this game. So you take 6 points of damage total. That's already halved.
Yeah.
So you take 6 points of damage as a blade suddenly swings around. Oh, and because I want to. Failsy, go ahead. I'm going to refresh your Dominate Fate point.
Okay. That's
D20, D100.
Yeah, D20 and a D100, please.
Okay, here's the D20. 14. And the D100 is 93. Money rains from the sky!
I should have had this pulled up already.
You cast corpse explosion. There's a lot of corpses. Oh
Yes,
no.
there is.
They're underwater. We're all dead. I have party wiped.
There's my
Yeah.
It's not popping up immediately. Let's see. Have we done this one before? Because I have a thing about wanting to do these.
I don't know. Read it off and maybe we'll remember.
Oh, no, we haven't done these. We haven't done this one. Failsy turns into a man. Nothing
Oh.
else. Everything about Failsy's physicality suddenly switches as if Failsy was male.
So you see a
Huh.
Not much really changes, other than your tube top suddenly is not fitting correctly.
okay. So I look like a
You're
Dimple?
kind of twinkish.
right. I don't have muscle mass, so I can't be himbo.
No, you cannot be. You're also not dumb. So yeah, not that anyone really notices right now, except for maybe Brimstone as he looks at you as you stab him with the trap. But I don't think Brimstone cares.
No, it's more the immediate. God damn it, Failsy.
Alright, so Javinci, it's your turn.
Can we take bio break? At
The
start of
fight's
round?
almost over.
Well, let's try to be
Okay.
quick about it then. Sorry.
Da Vinci is going to use bonus action dash to rush in
Right.
and come to Morrigan's aid.
Okay, Cutlass 12 misses.
Offhand attack.
The 15 hits.
So that is 4 piercing and 6 fire.
Alright.
And that chains into the shock and grasp.
Which misses.
And he's going to stay there and try to draw its attention.
You do have a lot of charisma to eat. Both of you really do have a lot of charisma to eat. But that's your turn?
Yep.
Morrigan.
I'm
This thing
close.
is wavering in front of you.
Yeah, I'm close enough to it. I'm pissed. Hour a minute, out they come.
Alright. The spray of crystalline water shoots out from you as the swords apparate into your hands.
And I can't be bothered right now to try to remember which one does what. I'm just going in with minute first, and then I'm going to attack with hour.
Okay.
Oh, man, if only I had the nat 20.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's nothing to give you advantage on this roll, unfortunately.
Fair enough.
I don't think I can push my luck with.
Unless I wanted to, like, retroactively move behind him, and then I would have had advantage, but I didn't declare that before starting, so...
Technically, there isn't a space to stand behind him. That gap in the platform makes that not a valid space to stand on for
What, you
sake of
mean-
battle.
Right here?
Yep.
No,
Well,
that's
you'd
not
have
how
to be
flanking
You'd
works.
have to be flanking a
Yeah,
direct line.
It's more if I moved over here, which I should have done, but I digress.
In any case.
Oh, well.
That
It-
sucks.
Yeah. Okay, gonna try it again with hour.
That hits.
That. Oh no, that's not great.
Nope.
Not quite.
No, it needs to be a 27. So 11 total.
Alrighty then.
Because I still have Hexblade's Curse.
Alright. Morrigan, how would you like to do this?
She's just really pissed. She missed that first slash, so she just in utter frustration, she just screams as loud as she can as she just thrusts Hour right through its fucking face.
Nice. You pin the short sword blade through its head, and its body just goes limp. And the motion in the room falls silent. We're gonna take a bio break now.
You.
Hey,
Oh,
looks like Fauzi doesn't have to do a dumb thing.
oh, thank God. I grew up in a house with four total siblings. I am including myself in that. I'm good at holding it. I'm gonna go use the washroom now.
Go, 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 go.
I'm assuming an animal threw up.
No, she's just gonna go use the bathroom.
Ah,
So, just as an example of why it's so hard to balance encounters around you guys, this thing had 144 HP. It didn't last 2 rounds against you.
I wasn't even directly fighting it.
Exactly. And you guys missed a bunch of times.
We are good at bursting.
Yeah, it's really hard to plan for because this is supposed to be a really difficult encounter, and it wasn't.
Also, the complaints I had about the spell book was just Fauzi's complaints because all the spells are concentration spells.
Yeah. They were an enchantment wizard.
Yeah, that's why they're dead. They couldn't multi-spell.
Well, they weren't expecting to fight anything in this place.
Yeah, my
There
dumb
wasn't
idea
supposed to be anything in here.
was to turn this all into a horrific Wonderland-esque scene as I animate objects. And I'm assuming there's a lot of corpses under the water.
Maybe. You don't know. Might just be blood down there.
Well, if not, then I was going to throw this bloody last beehive at him.
Hmm.
Animal hearts.
Good work. Good work.
As little creatures just swarm around and just beat the fuck out of him.
Nope.
I have a heart attack.
But yeah. I'm not really saying that to be like salty or anything, by the way. It's just legitimately hard to make threatening but not completely unfair encounters around this party.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Because 2 of you constantly stay at range, and the 2 that get up close have good AC and run around the battlefield like a crack monkey and are nearly impossible to hit.
Well,
And also is level 6 and has 4 attacks a turn.
Oh, we're level 6 now?
Aren't you guys level 6?
No, we're level 5.
Oh, then even worse. You're level 5 and have 4 attacks a turn.
Yeah, we're level 6 at the end of this.
You know, that thing that takes a fighter being near max level.
Being at. Yeah. A 2-weapon
being
fighter.
literally max. Being literally max level.
Yeah, 2-weapon fighter at 11th level and any other fighter at full fighter progression.
So yeah, it's hard to make a balanced encounter.
As if Felsie had access to higher level spells than she's meant to have. That was a level 5 spell.
Yeah, but that wasn't really the thing that makes it difficult to balance. Again, those wasp nests were ads. They're literally only supposed to come into play if you guys were standing next to them and disturbing them.
Ah, oops.
Or technically, this thing, though it only got the ability to at the end there, and then it died, was going to get the ability to raise ads from them. But I didn't start it with that ability because that would have been that felt like it was unfair, and then you guys almost put it to less than half HP in the first turn.
Yeah, I figured it was going to start pumping out things from these nests. That's why I just went straight for the nest.
And I'm back.
That's also why I targeted it was to prevent it from summoning ads, because if ads were around, this would be a much different fight.
Yep, but it didn't get a chance to.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Talking about how hard it is to make a balanced encounter around this party.
Because we hit big damage.
Because you have the option of literally all of you staying at range constantly. Or if you guys decide to move into melee, you have a really high AC and hit really hard. And then Dravinche is basically impossible to hit, and also attacks at the rate of a level 20 character.
What?
Because he has 4 attacks a turn.
No,
Wait.
He hasn't rolled 4 attacks in a single turn.
But you have the potential to.
If he's hasted.
No. Because he still gets his bonus action per how his feature is specified.
But it specifies that if you roll it into your attack action, you can't do weapon fighting.
Yeah, you can't use 2-weapon fighting this turn.
Yeah.
Like, the entire purpose of it is to free up the bonus action. It still has the reduced damage. The entire purpose of it...
That's not what 2-weapon fighting does. 2-weapon fighting lets you add your ability modifier to damage of an offhand attack. It doesn't let you make a bonus action attack. You have that feature as anyone.
No, 2-weapon fighting is the whole using your bonus action to attack with a secondary light weapon.
2-weapon fighting is the fighting style of a fighter when you engage with 2-weapon.
Yeah. You're thinking of the fighting style. He's just talking about the act of doing it.
Yeah, the act of doing it to anyone can do. It's the fighting style is different.
Yeah,
but it's still called 2-weapon fighting.
Yeah, his is just resultant of that feat ability where he can just roll the bonus action attack into his main action, but that means he cannot make the offhand attack as part of his action and as a bonus action as well.
Yeah,
it's one or the other.
I don't have the fighting style. My offhand attack still has the reduced damage.
Mm-hmm.
The entire purpose of this feat is, 1, to free up the bonus action, because my bonus action is... I've got a good amount of options for bonus actions. And to allow for the crescendo to work, because otherwise you run into the problem that I found when it comes to rogue if you don't 2-weapon fight. That you have your one shot, and if you hit, you're good. If you don't, then you done nothing. Or if you don't hit, that's it. This is the entire purpose of it is just to get that second chance of getting crescendo to go off, which, even if crescendo goes off, is not guaranteed to hit or deal damage.
Still gives you 3 attacks a turn.
No, it's still ultimately it's less damage output than a rogue who's using 2-weapon fighting.
Most things are less damage output than a rogue, period.
True.
That's not a good point of reference. It doesn't change my fact that it makes it difficult to balance encounters.
The balancing aspect, I've got no comment on. No. The
Are we out of initiative?
Yes. I wanted that head. Well, its head has been split open.
Sorry. Morrigan
I
was
will take-
angry.
I'll take the 2 halves of head then.
Yeah. They start melting in your hands.
Like the whole creature's melting away, or the just
Yeah,
the...
like the whole creature is melting away.
Ew. Sort of drops it. I don't want to eat that.
Why? It's pre-blended.
I don't know how much that if that is brain. Could have gotten some answers from whatever that thing was.
We did what we were supposed to do upon coming here, though.
the sorry, just looking at my notes. The road to return should be just in the next chamber.
We just have to figure out how to get in there.
And also, we have a still another nest to deal with. Ugh.
Well, these things don't like cold, but I'm not. I've got one thing I can do that causes cold damage, but it's not much. It's more a party trick than anything.
Bowsy looking a little bit winded, just flicking through the book. He's like, you can deal with it.
You gonna need backup?
I don't know? Question mark? I just need to quickly add this to my... Where is it? Just adding the spell to my spell list. So I can... Wait a minute, do I need a thing for this? Nope, it's just verbal and somatic.
Since they're functioning as spell scrolls, you don't need material components.
Okay, I thought I needed material components.
No. They're spell scrolls. You don't need material components for spell scrolls. The scroll itself is the material component.
Yeah, see if I added it to my spell list, but where did it go?
Also, make sure to mark off what spells you're using.
I have.
Okay.
I've deleted Bigby's hand from the list. I just need to find... Did I actually add it to the... There it is. Okay. Animate object.
Ah, yes, a wall of text.
Choose up to 10 non-magical objects within range that are not being worn or carried. Large targets count as 4 objects.
Huge count as 8.
Each target animates becomes a creature under your control until the spell ends or reduced to 0 hit points. And you can command the object to move, attack.
This was going to be my dumb idea, where I had random shit in the room attack the big bad, but he died. So I'm just going to make this thing.
Yeah,
sort
he
of
ended up
uproot
not being
itself.
much of a big bad.
I'm just going to have this thing uproot itself and go swimming.
All right.
Just roll into the water, into the blood water.
Yes, the mass of human limbs and other such appendages rolls off the platform into the water.
Go into. Yeah. Bye bye.
And now you all finally see a familiar symbol.
Vince's gonna hop onto it.
Is that the general universal open door button?
Spelldancers are considered half-casters, aren't they?
They are, yes, they're half casters.
Alrighty. Alright. Nothing seems to happen when you stand on it.
Huh.
There's
Because
like a
that's
very
not-
light there's a very light glow to the platform under your feet, but nothing really seems to happen.
This usually does something. Here, let me take a look at the book. See if it mentions anything about this room.
Alright. I believe you already looked at the book for this room?
For this room, we only just got to this room.
Yes, I believe when you were in the previous chamber, you looked at the book to see if you could figure out what was ahead of you. But go ahead and roll an investigation check. See if you find anything new.
8.
No, you just find the same information you found previously, which, if I remember rightly, was that there were platforms in this room that reacted to magical ability.
Not knowing what's going on, I'm just going to go over here. It's like, Prevention, what are you doing wrong? How can you not stand on something properly? See, you
Alright.
stand on
All
this.
yours.
Oh, Darinche steps off of it?
Vince steps off, lets Failsy step on.
Alright. As you step off of it, the glow that was on it fades completely. Then Failsy steps onto it, and the glow picks back up, slightly more vibrantly. And Brimstone, you're alerted as you hear a sliding sound behind you.
Over here or over there?
As that doorway slides open behind you.
Weird.
Oh, that's interesting.
Do I have to stay here now?
Yes.
Most likely.
I don't get to explore the treasures.
I suppose I'll walk over here and look at what's inside before stepping across the threshold.
You see a rather large humanoid skeleton. It's not as big as it's depicted on the map.
Right. It's not.
So probably,
giant.
well, might be a giant kin.
Yeah, but not.
Probably close to 10 foot tall, actually. So might honestly gives you the impression that it could have been like a young hill giant, honestly, based on the size alone.
Mm-hmm.
Because most standard humanoid races don't get that big.
Right.
But the skeleton is still just garbed in what appears to be very ramshackled adventurer's gear. And just around their person, there's bits of broken equipment. An
Okay.
old bedroll tied up. A couple of smashed pots above them.
What's that?
Appears to be a small table.
Okay.
Looks like there's an old withered piece of parchment sitting on it, and a cup that looks like it's about to fall apart simply from age.
Okay. Basically just step across. Trying to avoid stepping on remains, and
It's not terribly hard to do. You can step around a skeleton.
yeah, and then grabbing the parchment.
As you touch it, it crumbles.
Okay.
Like, the parchment is so old and dry that just contacting it even slightly seems to cause the paper to disintegrate.
Okay.
See what's
I-
written on it?
I
should have
don't
thought about that.
I don't believe Brimstone can read this language.
Is it infernal?
It is giant.
No.
I'll just give context for that. It's written in giant.
Yeah, I figured. I don't understand any language that all of us understand. I only understand the languages we all understand.
Gotcha.
So if it's any special language, I don't know shit.
Give me a sec.
All you can see, Brimstone, is that it's very crudely written.
Okay.
Like, very crudely written, makes you almost think of someone trying to write with their left hand.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the very shaky letters. But
So-
whatever the message is, it doesn't seem to be very long.
I got no fucking idea. Oh, best I can tell, Jumbo here either wasn't really good with words or he was using the wrong hand.
I'm gonna send my spider hand to go take a look see.
Alright. Do you have the token for your spider hand?
Oh, I hope so. I'm pretty sure I set it up, so I should still have a spider hand. Oh god damn it, it's broken as well. Nope, there it is.
No, it should be on. You put the... yeah, you put that in the character sheet, so...
Yeah, it's just it took a while for it to come back. I know Fenris is still broken.
Fenris isn't broken.
I can't put Fenris on the table. I think I've thrown a few Fenris ones on the map.
Oh. What the... He
That's
still
why he has
has art on his character sheet. Does he just not have a token?
Yeah, I tried telling you that his token's broken.
Well, that shouldn't... It should still place his art on the field to represent him.
It hasn't.
There we go.
That's
Future
why I
reference,
guess-
he's fixed.
That's why he hasn't been here. Because
I've just honestly assumed that Fenris just has not been present. It's because he can't really do much.
because the token's been broken, I've just been assuming that he's waiting outside.
Yeah.
Fair.
Alright, what are you doing with your hand?
I'm gonna scurry into here and have a look-see on that table while I prepare a second ritual for comprehend languages.
Alright, so while Failsy is spending 10 minutes doing that, what's everyone else doing?
Because I have no spell slots left.
How many of these buttons are lit up over here?
Right now, only one.
Okay.
Like, the one that is lit up on the map is the one that is lit up.
Okay.
And just based off previous assessment, that lit button, if you were to step on that, probably makes the blade reactivate.
Yeah.
Like it did with the other one.
Yeah, I'd rather not do that. I guess I'll step on this one to see if anything happens.
Very good. Get that one.
Alright, time to roll a random chance to see what happens.
Yay.
It's a springboard designed Sun's Horn into their death, but instead it just sends them into blood.
Still gross.
Thankfully, these are not. Okay, yeah, I got it. Thankfully, these are not concentration.
Everyone but Brimstone must now make a Wisdom saving throw. Based off Brimstone's spell save DC.
Oh,
Okay.
That's not-
What is Brimstone's spell save DC? Because I know he has one.
10.
10? Okay.
so wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
This is not good.
Just roll it. All right.
I'm
While
busy.
Failsy, while
Yes,
Failsy is, while Failsy is in the middle of ritual casting spells, suddenly just falls over, snoring.
Fate to... Can I dominate fate on that one because I'm pissed that I'm being disturbed?
Sure. Roll one
Fine.
more.
I guess.
Use my dice roller. Turn orders in front of it.
Okay, I'll just click the button. Yeah!
Nope.
Far worse.
Failsy suddenly falls over, snoring.
Uh-huh.
Dumb
What's happening?
above game question. Is Failsy still a dude?
Yes.
Okay.
Failsy is still a dude. For the sake of reference, that lasts for an hour.
Oh. I figured it might just be permanent.
No. It was... No, what I just rolled for you was on the wild magic table as well. It was a 1 for the D20, and then I rolled a 90, which is all creatures within range of you must make a Wisdom saving throw based off of the creature's spell save to see if it has one, or 13 if it doesn't. You have one.
Yeah,
Any-
it's just
any
worse
creature-
than 13.
Yeah. Any creature immune to magical sleep automatically succeeds on the saving throw. Those that fail fall asleep for 1d6 minutes, and I rolled a 5. So Failsy just suddenly just flops.
So Failsy's taking a 5-minute nap.
Because Fauzi was sort of kneeling down doing a ritual, she's sort of face planted and has her ass in the air. Has his ass in the air.
Yeah.
Because
Got that little bubble butt up.
So, the book says that some of these symbols react to magical capability, and Failsy is asleep again.
I
Also, does she look different?
probably weird,
chiseled jawline.
probably weird Failsy magic.
Yeah, again, not much really changed other than your chest got broader. Your booty shrank a little bit. Your legs got thicker, and your face structure became slightly more angular. And other obvious things that cannot be seen right now.
Do I look like handsome Squidward?
No.
No, you need higher charisma for that.
I mean,
That's charisma?
yeah.
Yes, you still
Natural.
need higher charisma for that.
You need slapped in the face with a door charisma for that.
It's not hurting anything if Failsy looks slightly different right now, so I say don't bother with that. Hopefully she's not asleep for too long.
How
But
long am I asleep for?
You'd be asleep for 5 minutes normally, but they literally could wake you up if they felt so inclined.
I mean, it's probably you just go walk over there and just wake him. Yeah, Failsy up.
I'll do it.
Alright.
But Morrigan, try stepping on some of the buttons. They might react differently to you than us.
I don't
Well,
see why it would be more friendly to me, but I can certainly try.
I don't know, magic bullshit.
reacts better to those magically inclined. Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
Wake up.
Dravenche stepped on that button, it didn't do nothing. Failsy stepped on the button, and then all of a sudden this door opens. Like,
Oh, Dravinche steps over there. Dravinche, as both you and Failsy are standing on the platform. This door suddenly opens.
Oh.
what the fuck?
And the glow underneath Failsy, because Failsy's currently like face planted in the center of the platform, grows brighter.
What doors
Huh.
opened?
Mm.
The one at the bottom of the room.
Huh.
I guess it needs more magic. Huh.
Well, if our goals should be in the next room, then no point in me trying to fuck around with buttons now, is there?
Probably not.
It looks like a door though. Anyway, now that I'm awake, can I complete that spell?
Everyone else seems to be moving, but if you want to say something to stop them, then sure.
Hold up, I need to read the thingy.
Okay.
Fair enough.
You restart your ritual casting because it got completely interrupted.
Where was
Dravinche, you step off the button. It does not dim the glow.
Well, that's good to know.
But yeah,
I?
10 minutes pass, and you're able to cast Comprehend Language.
Did anyone find out what that button did?
No. I mean, if you guys want to figure out what the buttons do by standing on them, I'll let you know.
Sure.
Alright, Dravinche, you do it. Now you roll in the Wild Magic table.
For heck's sake.
D20 and D100.
Okay, so that's 1048.
1048. That's 1048, good buddy.
Oh yeah. Next thing you know, we go down to the beer store and pick up a 2-4.
Alright. All of you who are looking at Dravinci as he steps on this button, just sort of stare at him for a second. As you just suddenly watch the muscles of underneath his shirt bulge outward slightly.
Buffinche.
For the next hour, you have proficiency in all strength checks, if you don't already have it.
Huh. Nice.
A lot of what's on this table is actually good. There's one of these buttons that hasn't been pressed yet.
Is that the one that we think will set off the blade?
No, blade suddenly starts spinning. This one didn't get pressed. These buttons only seem to activate once the platforms were unoccupied.
I booted that thing off the platform and stepped on that button first.
Platforms, collectively.
Oh.
Dravenche activated the blade and then jumps off into the blade.
Yes. Just, I could do this. Oh, Dravenche wants to double down. Okay. You double down, Dravenche. Roll it.
Okay. 1362.
He becomes super buff. His strength is now 20.
You fall victim to a horrible cramp in both legs, reducing your speed by 10 feet for 1 hour.
Get fucked.
Your muscles got super big, and then your body is just like, this is uncomfortable. Ah! It's like both of your calves suddenly lock up at once.
Yeah, it's just you know the
You get
the
a Charlie
stress.
horse in one of your knees.
Yeah. The stress. He hasn't been drinking enough water. He hasn't had his bananas today.
Okay.
That's not a euphemism.
I'm not stepping
It's
on
not.
any more buttons.
Please don't.
It almost felt like your muscles tried to get even bigger, but they were just like, there's no more room to expand.
Must go in.
So, technically speaking, for the same duration of your proficiency in strength, your speed is reduced by 10. That's a really random thing for you to roll.
The funny thing is, then just cast Longstrider. And it's like he's fast,
Fight
but
through the pain.
slow
Fight.
and buff, and
Fight through the pain. Alright, Failsy, at this point, you've casted your spell of Comprehend Language.
Okay.
You look at the text on that small writ of paper. You almost can, as you read it in its horrible handwriting, you can almost read it in the voice of the one who wrote it many, many years ago.
Yes.
Goes out as a shopping list.
Gorak not know how get out here. Punch wall, not break. Can't open. Friends gone. They come back though. We'll wait.
And that's all that's written on the paper.
Aw, poor guy. His friends suck.
His friends are dead.
Yes, they suck.
Yeah, well, you're not dead, wrong.
Morgan, if you'd service me a slight curiosity,
What's up?
what if all three of us stand on that button?
What, the one Failsy's been sitting on?
Yeah.
Don't mind the draw.
Well, it's worth a try. I doubt anything will happen, though.
Right. As all three of you stand on the platform, it fully illuminates now. You all hear another slide and ka-chunk noise. As that doorway suddenly opens up and locks closed, or locks open.
Spider's Fiddle. I still don't know if I'm actually allowed to get off this platform.
It doesn't seem to lose the glow. When you saw Javinche step off of it, it didn't stop glowing.
Huh.
I'll step off and have a
Well-
look here.
Your curiosity, it annoys me.
Are you hoping we
I
wouldn't
guess-
come in?
I guess my curiosity's sated and Failsy's gone.
Just sprints away the moment the door opens.
She does like a good mystery.
Failsy.
And shinies.
Failsy, that that metallic clock pin in front of you and the big gear behind it appear to be made of solid gold.
A score?
Huh?
Score?
Yeah, score. And there are some jugs behind it as well.
Well, let's take a look, see at the jugs.
All right, you pop one open.
Popping one open. And what do we got inside?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, god damn it.
Shit.
What's over there, Failsy?
Or sleeping powder for knowing my luck.
What's over there? Oh.
Just scream.
Right. Where's my character sheet? There it is. Wisdom is not my good suit. 7.
Oh, it's not.
As Failsy is rendered speechless by what they see.
I can't talk.
Not literally, magically speaking. It's just what you're seeing right now is just too much for you to be able to react. For the sake of anyone else who sees Failsy, you just see her looking down into a pot and just being like,
Elsie, you okay?
No answer.
you, yeah.
I'm gonna go poke her. Him. Whatever. Ugh. That's weird.
Spider's
Da Vinci,
probably-
you also see the large golden pieces of machinery.
Hmm.
Spider's probably spasming on the pin.
It's just sort of like vibrating. Do you step over to where Failsy is, Da Vinci?
Yep.
Also make a wisdom saving throw as you look over their shoulder.
9.
You're also in awe of what you see.
Do I have an option to just close the pot?
No, there's gotta be one more person. It's one of those jokes.
Oh, for goodness sakes, what are you two doing in there? Morgan's gonna just go over. What kind of
Is that-
shinies did you find? Well, okay, that... Seeing the clock bits that are solid gold. Well, that's certainly nice.
Probably a bit too big to really carry around, but they're both just staring in awe down into a pot.
What are you two looking at?
You also look over the shoulder.
Sure, why the hell not?
Make a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
22.
All right.
Good.
You look over their shoulder, and you're just like, "Oh, I understand." They're both currently looking into a large jar filled with platinum discs.
Oh! Oh! Okay.
Uh,
Well, that explains why neither one of you seem to be able to talk right now. Sorry.
crafting brain is short-circuiting.
This is true.
But to give specifics, they're not like platinum coins. They are actually platinum bullions.
Oh shit. Even more valuable.
Wait.
So essentially, kind of like how you have those small iron weights.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like the little round pucks. It's like that, but made of platinum.
We are definitely keeping this. Load up the bag.
Your bag is at capacity.
Is it?
Yeah, you guys dropped like a giant jar in it previously.
Then you already have a jar of platinum stuff.
It wasn't I think you had a small jar of what appeared to be strange minted clockwork platinum coins.
Yeah.
And then a lot of like brass coins that you didn't know what their purpose was.
Not platinum coins, copper coins, which Da Vinci only took a total of 160 copper coins, so it wasn't the entire jar. No, it was just a select few.
I thought Failsy took an entire jar.
I did. I think I filled my coin purse with it because I spent all my money on a crowbar.
Oh, that's right. You spent a lot of money on an enchanted crowbar.
Yes, but you didn't shove it into Da Vinci's bag.
Why am I thinking that the bag got full? I thought you shoved something big in it recently.
The only items I have on it are the timepiece of travel copy, the golden hair music box, the rod of levitation, and all the
Right.
coins.
Okay.
I have 100 porcelain coins. That's why it was important that they weren't with other things,
Yeah.
like my money, because
Chip.
would have broken them, but yeah, they're alone in my bag because I'm broke now.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, you see this platinum bullion in front of you.
Eventually, Huck just sets aside a giant piece of porcelain that he had been carrying around to, okay, making space.
What's in the other jars? Is it all bullions?
Yep.
Okay, we have 3 jars of bullion. And some gold gears.
You have seen around this place, now that you've gotten further down it, there's been accenting portions that are like decorative along the walls that you realize retroactively. This place is very lavishly decorated on the inside with almost arcane like patterning. You just didn't see any of it towards the top of the region because everything had been ripped off the walls.
Ah, right. They scrapped the tower.
Feels
So
like
your immediate assumption is that this is repair material for the tower.
Hmm.
A tower that basically doesn't need repairs.
Well, you're also about to take out the thing that's currently letting it run without needing repairs.
Yes.
Just something to consider.
Fails, he's not considering that in the slightest.
Fair.
Because Dragon Brain.
Yeah, little dragon brain. But yeah.
How heavy are these things?
How
1
heavy
kilo.
would one of these things be? They're not huge jars. I actually have to roll for this real quick, because otherwise this will be more than I can realistically give you in good conscience.
Yeah, because this is like, oh, we just have infinite money now. We'll just hire an army to fight the big bad for us.
It's not going to be infinite money.
All right. I would say I'm gonna roll something real quick to see how many each one of these jars have in it. So, just for the sake of it, if someone wants to write this down for record keeping purposes, each one of these bullion pieces is roughly worth 10 platinum. Like, if it were to be minted into coins, it would be equal to 10 platinum. And of the 3 jars, one of them has 33 of these pieces of bullion in it. Right? Another one has 40 pieces in it. And the biggest one... Reroll that because that's too low. We'd have more. Has 62 pieces in it.
Okay, just getting to the notes. Could I get those numbers again?
I literally just rolled them, and someone else had to have noticed them. I think it
I
was
got
30.
them.
I think it was 32, 33,
33.
42, and 62.
33, 40, 62.
Oh, 40. So, yeah. 33, 40, 62. So, 135.
And question, how many can be fit in the bag, in the handy haversack?
You could probably fit all of them, honestly. Because I made the numbers slightly more realistic, the weight would be reduced very much. I think so. It would be 135. It'd be basically 15 pounds, a little bit under that. If you want to just write that down. So you have 135 of these bullions that weigh basically 15 pounds. Because again, I'm reducing it for the sake of not giving you infinite money.
That is fair.
The gold
But-
things next to you cannot fit in the haversack.
No.
Can I?
And
pick
they are
the-
too heavy to be picked up,
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, can
realistically
I
speaking.
I pick up the staff looking thing.
That's giant clock. That's a giant clock hand.
Yeah, can I pick it up like a staff?
You would have to make a shrink check because it's made of solid gold.
Gold is heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Gold is one of the densest metals.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Dragon Brain activate!
While that's happening, Da Vinci is just emptying each jar into the haversack. We'll divvy this up once we're done here.
You could actually like dump them all into one jar because it looks like they have been pulled out of before, and just put a whole jar in there if you want to have it for the sake of holding it all.
Sure.
Mine.
Failsy, try as you might, you but it does not budge.
Now I'm just picturing Failsy using the crowbar specifically to roll.
It
roll
can't
the-
even roll because it's flat.
I'd like to point out that this is a good effort on Failsy's part because she has one hand.
Yeah, the other one's like cheering you on. But yeah, try as you might, Failsy. You like lift it up maybe a centimeter. But it does not budge. It is ridiculously heavy.
Failsy, I think with the bullion we're good to go, treasure-wise.
Okay. She's also very tired at the moment.
Come on, let's get out of here so you can have a bath and a rest.
Failsy's on like 2 spell spots left.
Sorry about the wait, Brimstone. We ended up finding a useful amount of money.
Like actual money or
Platinum pieces that can be exchanged for money.
Yep. Brimstone, you'd be familiar with platinum bullion.
Right.
It's worth its weight in coin.
We'll divvy them up amongst us later.
Alright.
Anyways.
I'll be honest. There's more of this dungeon to go, but it's just traps. I am just going to be kind and say we're going to expedite this process.
Yay.
And just skip you all to the end point of the dungeon.
Oh, that's a spooky ass statue.
That's not a statue, that's a dead person.
Ah.
Oh. That
Yeah.
makes-
Giant dead person.
Oh boy, fire traps.
Oh, looks like all gas.
You would have found out, Gas.
Well,
Because
yeah,
there's
fine.
no way none of you would have touched these things on the side of the room. The moment you see them, I know one of you would touch them.
Yeah, Failsy would poke and prod everything.
Yeah, so you definitely have to deal with the gas traps.
Are we still expediting or just?
I'm just revealing the whole of it. Wait, what am I doing?
Get rid of thing.
I think he's referring to. He's just gonna.
That.
Instead of revealing
Everything-
bit by bit, just thunk.
Just reveal the whole thing. Except for the bottom part, because it got cut off when I was scrolling.
I don't think there's any more treasures left in the map.
There's treasure. There'd be more treasures, but I'm not giving you them. You got enough. You quite literally find the Rotor of Return in this room,
Wow. Literally, this.
as it is plugged into this single drive shaft, turning this gear, which is the first gear in this entire mechanism. It is clearly the oldest and most worn of any of the gears around it. To the point where you can actually see on its edges, the spokes have begun to round.
Damn, that's old.
But yes, whoever wants to can mark down that you all have achieved the Rotor of Return.
Sense for Da Vinci to have it, considering.
If you don't have room in your backpack, I can carry it for you.
I can carry it. Before Da Vinci pulls it out, he's going to pause for a moment.
Just to
Kinda
describe it, by the way, there's a drive shaft that is going through the center of this gear you all are standing on, and the rotor, this device that's set into the side of it, just has a single gear on the. It is a box that is covered in small gears, but it just has a single gear extending from one of the sides of the box. That as it turns, it's ticking the drive shaft of this single driving gear.
Da Vinci is going to approach the rotor. Oh, we finally got through all that. Where? I almost in good conscience can't really take this, despite all of what we've dealt with. But we,
Explicitly told we could take it.
yep, it is necessary for us to take, for, I guess, me to take it. He's going to look up. Kelsey, can you mute yourself, please? Mm,
You look up and you just see the turning gears above you.
mm.
You can
I don't know
almost
if you-
feel the approval.
I don't know if you can hear this necessity, but thank you. And he'll plug out the rotor.
Alright then. You reach forward and grasp this strange clockwork cube on both of its sides at once, and give a firm tug, and feel as it detaches from the frame it's in. And all at once, the tower suddenly shudders as all motion within it stops.
I'm sorry, everyone.
This burger thing is going on. This had to be done, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Failsy.
Yep.
Roll a d20.
6.
My goodness. You're very lucky.
Don't fall asleep again.
No, you don't just pass out again. You do. All of you can hear, because I believe Failsy had this on their person, but it was also Failsy's desire for this to happen. A strange cracking sound. Or a crack playing in reverse. As you can feel something in your pouch start vibrating. What do you do?
I'll dig through my pouch to see what it is. So I have this suspicion that it might be my iron flask, that it is doing
No,
the vibrating.
it is not the iron flask.
It's not.
The small heart-shaped gemstone that you found previously. The crack that had formed in its surface resealed itself. And it is now thrumming with a dull light.
Ew.
What if you stick it in? Well, it's fixed. And wasn't that gem for?
Sorry. Rock rolling nearby. I'll take the pulsating gem and place it in the clockwork doll.
You open up the chest cavity of the doll once more. And you place the gem inside. At first, nothing happens. But slowly you watch as the bits and pieces of mechanics on the inside of the doll start to tick and move. Until the eyes of the doll actually seem to take on a living light. Hello? The voice just seems to emanate from it.
Bells was sort of holding it closer now. Her arms are outstretched like... Oh, it's alive.
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hi?
Hi. I don't know you. Do I?
I don't know. We found you here, sort of damaged, and just repaired you.
Oh. Okay. What are your names?
Well, I'm Failsy. That's Prevenche, that's Morrigan, and the one with the scowl is Brimstone.
Failsy. Morrigan. Dravinche. Brimstone.
And what is your name?
Name. 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 I think I have one. Its head sort of lolls from side to side. She gave me one when she made me. Animus?
Sorry, anima?
Animus.
Yeah.
Animus. And who gave you that name?
Isn't that another word for
My-
like soul?
My creator. You can almost see the eyes dull slightly. Why can't I remember her name?
Given how dusty this place is, you've probably been asleep for a very long time.
Yes. Asleep. I don't sleep. Huh. Hmm. I know the master, Alvis, but why can I not remember my lady? Hmm.
Who, who is your master again?
Alvis.
Yes, the master, Alvis. Master Alvis. Master Pacino. Oh no, I dropped my die. Where did it go?
Is your creator's name possibly Conchutta?
Concerta. Hmm. It seems to ponder. Seems to ponder for a long moment. I believe so. Why could I not remember her?
You just woke up.
Strange.
You just woke up from a very long nap. In a sense, it's understandable to be groggy and forgetful.
Yes. Can you take me to her?
That was, in fact, one of the stops that I had planned to make. I would be glad to take you to her.
Please take me to her.
I imagine her just thrusting herself towards Da Vinci, yanking Failsy's arms.
Well, it's not a her, but
Isn't it?
it's an it.
Sorry, soft tone
It's
made
fine.
me default.
Understandable. Then I would like to accompany you.
Well, the more the merrier for this gang, right?
I don't see any issue with bringing them along if we're gonna be stopping that way anyway.
Well, I'm not leaving it here.
Well, certainly we're not. It would be cruel to do that.
Does give me a second reason to visit her. Certainly. Animus.
Thank you.
We'd be happy to have you along.
Thank you.
Well, let's move on out of here, shall we? The silence is starting to get a bit unsettling.
All right. As you all make your way towards the exit, literally a section of the clock tower that just sort of opens up in front of you, near the base level of where you previously had seen it. Was no door there previously, just opens, you know. Dungeon logic.
Oh, that's fucking weird.
That's convenient, though. Let's not argue with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as you all make your way outside of the tower, back into the city proper, having claimed the Rotor of Return, and seemingly returned necessity to the form it had before it was given its power. That is where we're going to end tonight's session.
I
The clock tower was fun, but we're finally done with it.
Yeah. Like necessity told you, you had everything you needed.
Yeah.
And just so you can know, I rolled 3d20s at the end there, and since Failsy was the one who wanted this to happen, if the roll of Failsy's d20 matched one of the die results I made, it would work. I rolled a 6, a 15, and an 18.
Oh my goodness.
But I can always count on your all's luck.
And Phil's been rolling shit today.
Hey, at least that shit roll worked.
Yee.
But yeah, you.
Is there anything you want to say in closing before we move on to our normal ending things, DM?
No, we're way over time.
Okay.
There will be stuff to cover at the start of next session.
Okay. Any shout-outs, announcements, things you just want to, plug?
Nope, I'm good.
If you really want to disturb your brain with something that's hard to comprehend and is way too real at times, get a Netflix account. And listen to Bo Burnham's Inside. It'll make you think things.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
I'm not drunk enough for that.
I don't think anybody
We can
ever
make
is.
you drunk enough. No, you could be drunk enough for it. I think being high might help, but then it might be too much.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway. Okay, so with that being, I guess we could say, we can give recommendations for the way I have it open at the end of stuff. So
We
with
keep
our
saying watch Owl House, so
yeah, so with recommendation.
did Danny's microphone just die?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what it sounded like.
No, sorry, I hit the mute button when I was moving the remote.
It happens.
Okay, so with just giving the ending recommendation of, Bo Burnham's Inside or Owl House, and nothing else from anybody else, it seems.
I'm just leaving it open for in case anybody does have anything they want to recommend real fast.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, if you enjoyed this and want to see what happens next, please keep an eye on this channel on Saturdays at or around 8 p.m. EST to find out what happens next in this campaign. If you would like something with roughly the same crew, definitely same DM, but a more modern setting, you can join us Thursdays at or around 7 p.m. EST for Project Ada.
E. Things are getting interesting over there.
Yeah.
I'm a cat.
Just I'm writing for 4 full D&D campaigns a week now. I don't need rest. I do it to myself.
I think I'm
You
in the
don't need-
majority of those campaigns.
You're
You
in
don't
all
need-
of them.
Oh
You
shit.
don't need rest when you're inspired by the cultic madness of words.
I don't need rest when I'm too dumb to realize I'm tired.
Oh.
You're not too dumb to realize when you're tired, you're too stubborn to admit it.
Same.
There's not really a difference.
There's a difference in my head and I'm gonna hold on to it anyway. So, with all that, everybody say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay. Good night, everybody. We will see you when we see you next.